Welcome. Today we're going to do a few things for when you have some low energy or you're just not feeling that well, when you're a bit under the weather. I'm experiencing a bit of a cold the past couple of days, and I thought this would be appropriate. So go ahead and get down on the floor, and if you can't get down on the floor, go ahead and lie on a bed. But do have some support around you to use, some folded up blankets or cushions to use that you can rest against and be able to relax. And as you're getting set up, I want to remind you to always work within your level of comfort. Maintain an even breath as you go. So go ahead and lie down on your back. And take a moment here to just settle in a comfortable way. So let your legs extend and step apart. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Let your arms rest. And then close your eyes and very gently rock your head from side to side. And then bring your head back to the center. And from here, have you place your hands on your abdomen. One hand above your belly button, one hand below your belly button. And just let your hands, let your arms rest. Keep your eyes closed and take a moment to connect to your breath. Breathing in and out through your nose if possible. And allowing your breath to be wherever it needs to be. It will come to an even pace on its own. But sense the movement of your abdomen. Feel your abdomen expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. We're in Shavasana, corpse pose, which is a very restorative pose in itself. And this may be where you want to stay for a while, and that's okay. If you want to just stay here, you can. If you feel like getting a bit more movement, then you can step your feet a bit closer together and then just lift your arms up and reach your arms up alongside your head and take a stretch out through your whole body. And then as you exhale, relax and lower your arms down. And then draw your knees up, place your feet flat. You can open your eyes if they're still closed. So you're in just a neutral alignment with the feet hip width apart, parallel, arms alongside your body. Now as you exhale, press your back down, and as you inhale, tip your hips away. So a very gentle pelvic tilt, just getting a bit of circulation into the abdomen, a bit of movement through the belly and the back and the pelvic floor. Exhale, pressing your back down. Inhale, tipping your hips away from you. You create a little bit more space between your back and the surface that you're on. And then let your hips press down. So when you exhale and press down this next time, draw your knees in towards you and just hold your legs in a comfortable way. So they don't have to be as far in as you can get them. You're just finding the place to move your legs and the position to get into where you feel a bit of release through the hips and the back. You can hold here for a few breaths. And having one hand on each knee, now move your knees around in a circle. So it's a bit of a massage of the low back, the sacrum, the tailbone against the floor, a bit of compression. And if anything bothers you that we're doing, then just stop and get into the position, perhaps maybe Shavasana or just feet flat. Get into a position that feels good. And then move your knees in the opposite direction. Maintain your breath. And then come back to the center. Place your feet down. And now open your knees out to the sides, bringing the soles of the feet together. So reclined butterfly pose. And this is where you may need the cushions under your thighs, under the knees. Slide your feet a bit away from you. You don't have to keep the feet real close to the hips. You want to allow the legs to relax here. And there will be a very natural way that the pelvis tips and the low back will extend. So find, if you do need support, find that support so you're not getting too much of an extension in the spine. And let your hands rest on your abdomen. Again, if you want, you can close your eyes. And settle here. Just allow the weight of the body to release. And allow the support underneath you to hold you. Let your abdomen expand as you inhale and soften as you exhale. And again, in any of these postures and stretches we're getting into, if you want to stay a bit longer, you can just pause the video and stay there for as long as you'd like, and then continue when you're ready. But from here, to get out of this position, we want to press the feet together just a little bit to activate the legs. That activates the inner thighs, and then it gives a little bit of more ease to lift the knees up. So lift your knees and then anchor your feet back at your hip width apart alignment. Open your arms out to the sides a bit. Tip and release the hips. Exhale, press down. Inhale, tip away. Just maybe 2 or 3 repetitions. And then move your feet wider apart, wider than the frame of your body, wider than your hips, and rock your knees from side to side. And then turn your head in the opposite direction your knees are going to bring your torso into a very gentle twist. Maintain your breath. Try not to hold your breath. Find the range of motion that works for you right now. And then come back to the center. And now we will be using the wall, so slide up towards the wall. If you're on a bed, then slide towards the head of the bed, so you can use the headboard or the wall at the head of the bed. So get close to the wall. Your hips can be maybe a foot away from the wall. You don't have to be right up against it. But align so your legs face the wall, and then lift your feet up the wall. And this is as high as we're going to go into this gentle inversion. So we're going to keep the knees bent at a right angle, feet flat. So have the hips away from the wall enough that you can feel like your knees are over the hips and you're not straining in any way with the legs or the hip joints. Let your arms open, draw your shoulders down, rock your head a little bit from side to side. And then bring your head back to center. If it's comfortable, close your eyes. And just rest here. This is a very gentle inversion, legs up the wall. Connect to your breath. Feel your abdomen moving as you breathe. Try to breathe in and out through your nose, which will naturally encourage a deep, even breath. And again, you can stay here as long as you like. And when you are ready to come out of this position, then draw your knees towards you and roll over to your side and rest on your side. So if you're on the bed or on the floor, rest on your side and just settle there for a few breaths. Just connecting to how your body's feeling now. Perhaps you just feel a bit of relief, a bit more ease in the body and ease in the breath. And when you are ready, you can stay there as long as you'd like, but when you are ready, you can come up to a seated position and relax. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.